Yes, we will.
Are you having a good afternoon? Are you having a good afternoon?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice work. I like your orange top.
All right, we just started our second sport ed unit of the school year. So they have 6 teams of about 5 or 6 people on each team. That way it'll be easier to group and do some activity.
Yeah, that's great. That'll work out really well.
Hey guys, once you have your penny, come on over and have a seat. We'll get started. But I wanted you guys to be on your team so that we could easily do some activities. All right. Grab your team color, Fareen and Yael. All right, so right now the internet is working okay. So hopefully it stays that way, but if it cuts out, we just have to work with it and be patient while we reconnect. This is Mr. Andy Hare. I was telling you about him a little bit yesterday. He is a really, really, really awesome PE teacher, one of the best in the world, and it's a real privilege for us to connect with him. He was up extremely late last night, and I'll let him kind of tell you what he's up to right now. But right now it's about 6:53 in the morning where he is, and it's Friday. So the sun that is up for us right now is just coming up to tomorrow for him. So he's, he's already in his Friday morning. So Mr. Hare, can you say hello and tell us a little bit about yourself?
G'day guys, how are we?
Good.
I'm very impressed with your fighting seahorses shirt. So I have one. I have one of my own, but do you know what? I could not find it to wear it this morning because I'm not at home. As Mr. Metcalf said, I was up very late last night. I'm away in another town today because we have our championship track and field for primary school sport on in a town called Ballarat. So I'm up here and we're on track in about an hour and a half, which is fantastic. So I was up very late last night actually getting prepared for you guys because I wanted to make sure that you got a little bit of Australian rules football and that it will mean something for you today and be able to connect with it as well. So I teach at a school called Leopold Primary School, and it is down in a place called Geelong. And Mr. Metcalf will show you where that is later on because he has been there and he has worked with me about a year and a half ago in Geelong. And I have 800 children at my school from prep, which is your kindergarten, to grade 6. And so once my grade 6s finish, they go off to a different school. They go off to secondary school. And they have probably a range of about 5 or 6 different schools that they all go to. It is almost summer here, so it has been quite hot, and we've only got 9 weeks left of school, which is fantastic because we get our summer holidays over Christmas. And once Christmas comes, we know that we're really going to enjoy our 5 or 6 weeks there that we can have going to the beach and going to the pool and doing all those wonderful things. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to try and break down Australian rules football. Hand up if you know a little bit about it. All right, hands down.
Yesterday, they got a little bit of practice yesterday. Some of them are in a rugby unit, and some of them are in Australian rules football, but everyone's going to do Australian rules football today, just to make it easy.
Hands up if you know a lot about Australian rules football. Yeah, that's all right. That's good. Can anyone name one team from the Australian rules football? Anyone? Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Hey, Joe, how are you?
What's up, old friend?
Hey, man. So I'm going to tell you today that you guys there have to barrack for Geelong Cats regardless. Okay, so you are Geelong Cats fans. Now, I'm going to show you a little video, and this will just connect you in. So I want you to watch this. Whoop.
Cool.
The rules of Australian rules football. Australian rules football, more commonly known as Aussie rules football, is a game played with two teams of 22, with 18 players from each team taking to the field at any one time. The game is played on an oval field that's generally a maximum of 185 metres by 155 metres. This is by far one of the largest fields of any team sports, and players have to be extremely fit in order to cover this much ground. These are the goal squares, the centre square and centre circle, and there are two 50-metre lines arched around the goalposts at each end of the field. Pay attention now, as these lines are important. The game starts with a ball up in the centre square. The object of the game is for your team to score more overall points than the opposing team. To score, a player must try and kick the ball through the middle two posts. If you successfully kick the ball through the middle two posts, this is a goal and is worth 6 points. If you hit one of the goalposts, if the ball is deflected by another player through the goalposts, or if you kick it between a long goalpost and a short behind post, this is known as a behind, and this only scores 1 point. The game is played in 4 20-minute quarters for a combined playing time of 80 minutes. So the team with the highest amount of points from goals and behinds at the end of time wins. Kicking the ball through a couple of goalposts for 80 minutes, that sounds dead easy. Well, not so much. Standing in your way are 18 members of the opposing team who are trying to take the ball away from you so that they can score themselves. They are allowed to block kicks, intercept the ball, push you off the field, or tackle you by grabbing you below the shoulders and pulling you to the floor. If they do, free kick from the spot of the tackle. To move the ball off the field, you have to be quick and you have to dispose of the ball before an opponent tackles you. You can move the ball by kicking it in any direction, running with it so long as you bounce it on the floor over 15 metres, or handballing the ball where you strike the ball with clenched fist to a teammate. Throwing the ball is absolutely not allowed in Australian rules football, and your opponent will be awarded a free kick if you do. That doesn't sound so easy anymore. Is there any other way of moving the ball up the field? Yes, there is. The saving grace for your team is called the mark. If you kick the ball in the air 15 metres or more, and a teammate catches it without the ball bouncing on the ground, this is known as a mark or marking the ball. The player is then awarded a free kick from that spot and cannot be touched by an opponent for 10 seconds. If a mark is made within your team's forward 50 arc, you are awarded 30 seconds to take your free kick. If 10 or 30 seconds has expired without you making the kick, the umpire will call play on, and the opponents are free to try and take the ball off you. The game is a back and forth affair full of marks, handballs, runs, goals, behinds and free kicks. But there's a few other things that you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, specky. This is Australian slang for spectacular mark. You're not allowed to push anyone in the back, but if there's a marking contest and he uses back to the ball, this could result in gravity-defying plays for the ball. A team is allowed to interchange up to 3 players per game. Very similar to football, the players must wait in the interchange area and players must enter or exit at the designated areas. The maximum number of interchanges is 120. There is also 1 substitute in case of injury. 50-metre penalty. If you're stupid enough to commit any of these infractions, the umpire will award a 50-metre penalty against you and the other team will gain possession from the spot where the umpire has marked 50 metres. This is a huge disadvantage as games can be lost from kicks resulting in penalties. Kicks after the siren. If a player marks the ball and the siren goes off to signify the end of time, the game doesn't end there. You are allowed to take the kick. Any point scored from this kick counts. Games have been won, or in St Kilda's case, lost from a kick after the final siren. To the uninitiated, Aussie rules football seems very complicated, but once you understand the rules, it becomes a great sport to watch. If you have found this video at all helpful, please like, share with your friends, rate, comment and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things, and good karma is always appreciated.
I'm coming back to you guys. All right, so did you remember every rule that was there? No, of course not. And that's impossible to do because there are so many rules that are part of it. And once you get the feel for how to play, then you really understand it. So we're going to get up and move in about one more about half a minute. So we're going to do a skill to start with called a dodge or evade. And I'm going to get you to work with a partner. So what will happen when I say go, I want you to go get a ball. Now we're going to work across the gym, so sideline to sideline. And when you're there, I want you to have a look at this activity, and I want you to try and replicate this. So this is the dodge. I want you to listen.
Evade and dodge. The skills required are running and dodging. The player with the ball's role is to make it from one side to the other without being tagged by the player in the middle. The player in the middle must make a decision on which way to go. They must predict the play. Once successful, swap over. That's it.
All right. So what we're going to do, did you understand that?
Yeah.
Yep, awesome. So when I say go, grab your partner, grab a ball. One person can have possession of the ball to start with, and the other person's got to try and make it from sideline to sideline without being tagged. If you get tagged, swap over. Go. Yep, don't forget we're going sideline to sideline, team. Not end to end.
All right, hey guys, you're going from north to south.
All right, so you've got a small little space to work in. Let's go. All right. Don't forget to swap over.
Can you see him okay?
Yeah, absolutely. See him really well. I saw the big accident right in the middle. I reckon give him 1 more minute, Adam.
One more?
I reckon give him 1 more minute. It's good I can see that clock over there, so I can work on a bit of time. What time does your school finish?
This class, I have to dismiss them at 3:29.
Okay.
3:30, basically.
Yeah, perfect. That'll work well. So we'll go into the next part. We'll go into a drop punt kick, which balls will go everywhere, but that's all right.
We'll just have to remind them to be safe so they don't hit the lights. And
Yes.
we have 34 students in here, so it's a big class.
Yeah.
And our gym is about half the size of yours.
Yeah. So what we might do, because of the kick and the ball's going everywhere, we might break this time into groups of 4, and they can form a bit of a line situation. So across the gym, then we'll only have 8 groups.
Well, we can have them just in their. We can have them in their teams. There's 16, so they'll just maybe go across from their teammates.
Yep.
That'll keep it a lot safer, I think.
Yeah. And if we go that small distance, then they're not going to attempt to kick the ball too big. All right, bring them in.
All right, hey guys, come on back. All right, take a seat or have a knee, or take a knee.
Yeah. So we won't spend too long here, guys. We want to redirect ourselves now. We want to unpack what just happened, and then we want to move on to our next skill. So what were some of the problems that you found that with the evading and dodging? So the girl up the back, standing up. Yep. Yes. Yep.
Some of us weren't fast enough.
Sorry, say that one again.
She said some of us weren't fast enough.
But do you know, on an AFL team, it's a little bit like a NFL team in that there are roles for certain people, and the people that normally stand in and kick goals or defend goals, they're not the fastest people on the field. But the person then in the middle, who is like acting as a centre or a rover, they tend to be the fastest people. So you got to find that way. And the good thing about it was that you could have used some of the other teams to form a bit of a fence and actually go around them. What are some of the other problems? The girl sitting down with the blue penny right in front.
Okay.
Yes, with the glasses.
One thing I noticed, it was kind of hard trying like not to get run over or to run over someone else.
Yep. Absolutely. And if you got knocked down, like a couple of people got knocked down in the middle there, what's the best thing to do when you get knocked down? Well, in AFL, what would you do? Hop up. Yeah, because what unlike American football, in Australian rules football, if you fall over and the ball goes to ground, the game still goes on. And what happens is that other people will actually then jump on top and try and get the ball out. And it's a great thing because they try and wrestle over that ball. All right, we're going to move on because we're going to run out of time. We're going to go on to kicking now. Now, I want to show you this really quickly because we're going to do a drop punt kick. And I really want to show you just a quick skill of drop punt. Okay, this is Nathan Buckley.
The grip is the starting point, and as is the case with all kicks, it's very important to make sure you perform the drop punt reliably. The fingers need to be evenly spread along each side of the ball, with your thumbs extending to the top of the laces as you look down the ball. This is the grip for both left and right foot kicks. It may look like I'm squeezing the ball with both hands, but I'm really getting ready to guide the ball down with my right hand. My left is just supporting my grip. Make sure you have a nice balanced approach if you're having a set shot. Give yourself plenty of room when kicking over the man on the mark before you release the ball for the kick. When you do, guide it down with one hand and aim to kick the football.
Okay, so I'm going to stop that there really quickly so you guys can have a bit of activity time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to again work across the gym, but we want to start with one group on the sideline and the other group will be opposite about 3/4 of the way out. Now, that football player, that famous football player, the thing he said was that you are leaning over the top. So if I just, I don't have a football with me today, so I'm going to use my shoe, okay? If I've got my shoe, when I'm actually coming to kick, you can see I'm actually leaning over the top of the ball, and when I come forward, I guide the ball down. So I don't even have the room to do it in this room I'm in. But as we come over, we guide the ball down with our foot, and then we kick it through, okay? So in your teams, I now want you, in your teams, to split it into 2 lines. One will be on this side, and one will be on the north side, and we only need one ball per team. When you've got that team, when you've got your team, the person on this side, once they are ready, they can start moving towards their teammate on the other side, and I want you to try and do a little drop punt and try and get the ball to hit him on the chest. Ready? Go.
Yes.
You need one ball per team. So purple, you need one ball. Red, you need one ball. So on and so forth. Hey guys, green is the closest to being set up. Half the team is over here, half the team is over there. The rest of the football team over here. Go.
Yep, little kick. Try and get it to their chest. Hey, go on, Joe. You good, mate?
I am good. Are you good?
On the chest.
Are you good?
On the chest. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I want to see your kick. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. On the chest. Who can get on the chest? Hey, Adam. Ask them to try and keep the ball when they kick it. Aim to keep it below the basketball backboard height. So they're kicking with a bit more direct power. Ask them to try and kick the ball below.
So what he asked me to help you out with, when you kick it across the gym, you see the height of the basketball hoop?
Yeah.
We're going to keep it under that height. So probably orange line to orange line is where you should be across from each other. And Elise going to know that football. Stay where you are. And if I'm kicking to Ashka, which is first in line on that side, I'm first in line on this side. Again, I want to take a couple steps towards her, and I'm just going to try to punt it to her chest so she can catch it. So you're not punting it super high. Nice and easy across the gym. Try to keep it under the basketball height. Okay? And then go to the end of your line about the next person go. Does that make sense? Alright, keep practicing, go. Go now, that's way too high. Alright, some of them are getting it.
Yeah. And what they need to do is, the tendency, my kids are the same, need to do is lean forward and almost fall over forward as they're kicking, so that front momentum, and that'll keep the ball a lot flatter. Whereas a few of them are sort of standing tall and kicking, and as they kick, the ball goes that high.
If you want to tell them that, they can hear you from where they are.
Oh, awesome. All right, yeah. We'll go, can they hear my 3, 2, 1?
They can hear you, yeah.
All right. Yep. So, yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3.
I'll be the opposite way around. Hey, guys, what I wanted to say is this. As you're kicking the ball, okay, a lot of people are standing tall. And when you're standing tall, what happens is that when you go to kick the ball, as you put it down, you kick it and it goes towards the roof. what I want you to do is remember, feel like you're a grandpa or grandma and you're leaning over. And as you're leaning over, I want you to do a couple of 4 steps forward and then move through. So the real movement is almost a bit of a shuffle. You're kind of falling forward, and as you fall, I want you to kick that ball. And what that will do is that'll keep that ball nice and low. All right, go. We've only got 2 more minutes on this, and then we're going to a different skill. Go, go, go. Yep, great work. Red team, beautiful. I see green team are doing it. Oh, that was a great one by the blue team. Perfect. Fall forward a little bit. Yep, terrific. Well done, purple. That was a really good kick, the person right in front of me. Whoop. Someone hit me. Got to protect it.
Yeah, somebody hit the TV. Yeah, we have a TV screen above your head. So above my laptop, there's a TV screen.
Perfect. All right, let's bring him back in just for one more activity.
Hey, guys, bring it in. That was pretty good for a lot of your first time doing it. Much better.
Yeah, I was super impressed. Super impressed. All right. So our next one that I want to show you is we're going to do the hand pass. Now I know we're speeding through a lot here, but I've only got one opportunity to teach you some AFL. So listen carefully to the hand pass.
With the focus on running, keeping possession and moving the ball as quickly as possible, the handball skill and the way the skill is used has been emphasised and improved like never before. To see how the best in the land work on their handball skills, it's over to Adelaide champions Mark Prosciutto and Andrew McLeod.
Today we're going to show you 3 versions of the handball, but in all of them there are 3 main teaching points to remember when preparing to perform them. First of all, the ball must be cradled with the bottom hand. Let's call that the platform hand, with your arm nice and long. Secondly, it needs to be hit with a clenched fist. Always remember to keep your thumb outside your clenched fingers, not tucked away on the inside. As a rule, just sit it across your index finger the way Andrew is doing it here. You'll strike the ball with the V made by your index finger. The third thing to remember and practice is stepping onto your front foot. All we want you to concentrate on is, if you're handballing with your right hand, to simply step forward on your left foot, toes towards the target and your front knee also leaning towards the target. Complete the handball by allowing your punching arm to swing through freely.
Okay. So this one is one of those skills that we use when we're really, really close. And what we want to do is we want to be able to get the ball away from us because we're about to be tackled and to somebody else. And so the handball is really, really important. Now, as they said, we've got a nice clenched fist. So when we come to hit the ball, we want to hit it with the V down below. We want to keep the thumb on the outside of everything else. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is this. I'm going to show you this quick little activity, and then this is going to bring us into our final activity for the day. All right, so this one is just simply called, when I can find it. Sorry, I've got to find it. I'll go back. I've got too many screens open on my computer. That's it. All right. Sorry, guys. I just had a little hiccup there. I had to try and find where I was. All right. So this one is just simply called partner hand pass. And the way it works is like this.
This activity is called partner hand pass. The skills required are an AFL hand pass and catching. In this activity, you'll stand opposite your partner, move forward to the line, hand pass the ball, and your partner will do the same in return. Thank you for joining us.
All right, so that's very, very simple. So all we're going to do is we're going to grab a partner. We're going to go back. We want to stand around about 2 meters from our partner and just getting that ball going. Now, we've got to hit right on the base of the ball. Okay, go.
Guys, go to partner position 1. Go to partner position 1. You guys remember that? Go to partner position 1. Across from the partner.
Yep, try not to throw it. That was an awesome one. The girl in green standing on the blue line, you are perfect with your hand pass. Well done. See how your partner goes. Yes, sensational. Well done. You are the best group in the house at the moment. Oh, well done. The little girl next to you on the right-hand side of you. Perfect. Yep, lean forward. Ah, fantastic. Well done. My little man in yellow, how you going? Great work. Come a bit closer to your partners, guys. You only need to be about 2 meters. It's a short little tap with your hand.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
Partner position 1 for those of you for last year's blue line and orange line. That's about 2 meters. That's about as far as you should go from one another. So scooch up to partner position 1. Continue, go.
Beautiful. We have 2 minutes.
Do we hit it
Get
on
really
the,
close to them.
Do we hit it on the
Yeah, so you want to hit it right on the bottom of the ball. See the point? No. See the point on the bottom end? Yes, that. Yep, that's what you want to hit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so correct. Yep.
I'm gonna protect. I'll protect the screen a little bit. It comes flying.
Yeah,
out.
no, that's all right.
This is
Give them
great.
about, yeah, I know. How cool is it? Just, look, I've dreamt about teaching it like this before, and it's worked better than I thought. And, you know, I was putting together those little graphics last night just for my website, but I thought, well, I'll set them up specifically for your class, so then they become really good teaching cues. And because they're only 30 seconds long, it's worked really well. So they've picked it up really nice. Yeah.
I'd love
Let's
to
bring it back.
bring them back. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, bring it back in. Right, keep the footballs nice and quiet. If you need to set them away from you, that would be helpful. We just have a couple minutes left, okay? So far, you guys are doing great. We were just talking about how nice this is.
All right.
I guess.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this next activity a little bit different from what the actual little video that I put together will show you. But we're going to go back to our teams, and we're going to stand opposite in our teams. We're going to use the handball. So what we're going to do is this. It's called hot corner hand pass. Now, don't worry about the crisscross, because we're just going to do it. Mr. Metcalf will do the crisscross with you, I reckon, the next time you come to PE. Okay? I want you to have a look at this.
Hot corner hand pass. The skills required are an AFL hand pass, running, dodging, and catching. In this activity, your teammates are to work diagonally across a square. You need to make sure that you are dodging the opponents who are also trying to work diagonally across the square. When you are at a safe distance and a comfortable distance, and pass to your teammate who's on the opposite side. Thank you for watching.
All right. So instead of doing the cross across the middle, what we're going to do is work across our line. So this time I want you to run towards your teammate, and then a little hand pass when you know you can make that distance. They'll take it on the mark. They will then run back across the line, handball across the other way. We have 2 minutes. Go.
One ball. One ball.
One ball. One ball.
That's a nice bedroom you got there.
It's our motel room again, man.
Oh, you're in a hotel again?
Yeah, I'm away at athletics up in Ballarat. So I'm basically in the boudoir.
Nice. I like it.
And I didn't sleepwalk.
No? No sleep?
No sleepwalk. No sleepwalk.
Oh, good.
All right, after this, can you do a quick answer, a couple questions, and then I gotta let them go?
Absolutely.
We did this one yesterday, so we'll shorten this amount of time. We did this one a little bit yesterday. So yesterday was our first day of AFL.
Yeah, awesome.
But
awesome.
This is great. This has been great.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you bring them in when you reckon you need it, because you've got the time there. So they've already done it. It's just, they're running through. So, yeah, absolutely.
Bring them in right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, bring it in. We got 1 minute for questions. Bring it in quick. Please set your footballs down and raise your hand, and he'll call on you if you have a question about Aussie rules football. Anyone that has any questions? Nobody.
Talk to me, Ben. Talk to me.
Hello.
Fiona.
I have a question for how many do you know what kind of positions there are in AFL? Like, is there like forward, midfield, defense?
Yep.
What kind of positions?
Absolutely. So the attackers, we've got the full forward pockets. We've got half forwards and half flanks. So they're all goal scorers. Then in the centre, we have the centre and wings and rucks, and they drive the ball up and down. And then we have half backs and full backs, and they defend the goals. So, but they can go anywhere they like. Good question.
Another question? Sam?
When do you start the AFL seasons? Like,
Good question, mate. So the AFL season starts in March, and it runs through to the start of October. So we just finished our grand final 2 weeks ago, I think. And unfortunately, a team called Hawthorn won the final this year.
If it's on Fox Sports 1, if you ever are interested. I recorded a lot of the games and watched them. But they're on really, really late at night. So you'll need a DVR. Sarah.
If you shoot the football through the goalpost on the end, do you still get points, or just through the ones in the middle?
Great question. So if you hit the big posts in the middle, you get 1 point. If you hit the posts on the side, if you hit it on the full, the other team will get the ball as a free kick. If it hits the ground and then hits it, the umpire will come over and ball it up. Good question.
All right. Lazar.
How many players are there on the field at one time?
How many?
So you have 18 from each team. So you got 36 on the field, and then you got 4 on the bench. And they run subs. So they can run subs at any time they like. And they may run in a game, in one game, they may run over 120 subs. Yeah, so 22 all up.
Zara, be nice and loud.
What would be considered an out or a foul?
Sorry, say that one again.
What would be a foul?
Oh, a foul. So if you tackled someone too high, if you tackled someone without the ball, If you kicked the ball and it went out of bounds on the full, sometimes you have some ugly incidents where a player will tag or push or grab another player when they are behind the play, so the ball is not even near them, so they'll get a free kick. Yeah, there's a lot of rules to go with fouls because it's all about protecting the player.
All right. I think we're out of time. Say thank you so much to Mr. Hare.
Thank you, guys, and thank you for allowing me to teach you for 45 minutes. It's the highlight of my day so far.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again. Well, I'm going to stay on with you for a minute. I got to let these guys go, okay? All right, please put footballs in the bags here. Pennies over there. You guys can go.